Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing? Today we're going to be playing with an eyeshadow palette that is new to me, even though it's not really a new release. This is the She's in Parties palette from Melt Cosmetics. I have thought about this palette so many times. I think it is such a beautiful, like, purpley berry color story, and it just looks stunning. But I never went ahead and purchased it, and recently Melt Cosmetics did a mystery bag and this just so happened to be in it. I think I paid $25 and this was in it along with 4 other really great products, so I feel like I already got a steal. I already feel like it was worth the money, but I'm just so curious to test this out, do some swatches, try it on the eyes, and kind of just gather my opinion on this and see if I like it more than other berry palettes. I've been obsessed with the ColourPop Or Kid You Not, so I'm curious how this will end up comparing to that. Although I don't know that we're going to do comparisons today. I feel like I'm just going to have to play with both of them. So here's what it looks like up close. Definitely more of a shimmer heavy palette. There's only 3 mattes, which I didn't realize originally. That's funny. So the very first shade is called Skeleton Kiss, and it just made me think of their shade Calaca from the Muerte palette, which means skeleton, or it's like a fake skeleton, and it's kind of like a white yellow, like chalky shade, and it's just a terrible formula, honestly. It's like the one gripe that I have about the Muerte palette, so it just made me laugh that this one is called Skeleton Kiss. But to go ahead and swatch it, this one feels a lot smoother than that one. It looks like a yellow to pink duochrome, which is actually really pretty. And then next we have the shade Strange Love, which looks like another duochrome. Again, I didn't realize this one has like a green base and a purple shift. Again, kind of odd, not what I would think of with like all like the berry mauve tones, but I think that's actually really pretty, like very grungy. We've got Total Immortale, which looks like such a stunning mauve. I'm so excited to put that in my crease. Right. Next we have the shade Last Caress, which looks like kind of like a mid-tone, like greigey mauve. We've got She's in Parties, which is kind of like a plummy red shade. Very holiday vibes. We've got Sleepwalk, which is just slightly deeper and slightly less red. And then lastly, we've got Mean Streak, which might be the shade I was most excited about. It just looks like the perfect, like deep eggplant matte shade. And then Lost Control, which is kind of like a black base with a purple taupey kind of shimmer going on. I feel like it looks less colorful than I was expecting, like swatched out. It looks a little bit more muted, a little bit more grungy than, let me see if I can show you, like how it looks in the palette, to me at least. So there's what the palette looks like up close. Okay, so jumping on in, I already went ahead and primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer. I'm just smoothing it out real quick. I'm gonna start off with the shade Total Immortale. I don't exactly have a plan for this look. All I really know is how I'm gonna do the mattes, because there is a light, a mid-tone, and a deep matte. That kind of makes it really easy for me to decide what mattes to use and where, because you know I have a way I like to do my makeup, but I am gonna try and take this up a little bit higher and maybe bring it around underneath my lashes, or sorry, under my lashes, under my lower lash line, and just do a very dramatic look. I cannot find my tweezers. I don't know where I put them, so that's why my brows are looking a little bit of a mess. I think I just need to pop in Walmart or something and buy another pair, just for the time being until I can find mine. But I feel like this purple is super pretty. And it seems to be blending pretty good so far. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that shade along my entire lower lash line as well, just to start off with. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on into the shade Last Caress. And I'm just gonna pop that in my outer V to start off with. And then whatever's left over on the brush, I'll bring through my crease. A lot of times that's my favorite way to apply eyeshadow, just so that my crease doesn't get too dark too fast and I feel like I have more control over it. I'm getting more mauve tones than berry tones right now. And it is blending out really easy. I think I'm gonna go back into a bit more though. Maybe bring it up even a little bit higher. So on a bit of a smaller brush, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Mean Streak. So excited. I feel like this is one of those shades that I would continuously go back into this palette before, but just gonna start that off on my outer V. Just kind of placing it down where I want it, but I mean, it looks like such a stunning shade. I think I'm also gonna go ahead and grab that while I have it on this brush and just slightly match the lower lash line to the outer V. I feel like I was kind of being careful there. I'm gonna go in with another layer just to see how dark we can get it. All right, I mean, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go back into my previous brush just to go over that edge. You know, I was just thinking about, and this is honestly the most random thought ever, but I was just thinking about how lucky we are to have so many eyeshadow formulas and colors and textures. And like, I was just thinking about like in like ancient cultures and like the eyeshadow that they would wear if they could see what they had versus what we have now and where we're at. And like, just, I mean, this is pretty basic, but like how much you can do with eyeshadow now, and just, I don't know why that's kind of fascinating to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and go into that shade Strange Love, and I'm gonna grab that on like my little dense smudger brush and just pop that on the inner portion of the lower lash line. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, the sparkly mauve vibes. I don't know what I'm gonna do on my lid yet, so I feel like I'm procrastinating. I'm also gonna go ahead and go into Skeleton Kiss. I don't know that I love it with this look, but I feel like it's here. Like, I need to use it and give it a shot. So I'm just gonna pop that right here. I mean, I feel like it has enough pink in it that it can go along with these tones. I'm gonna start off with just a touch of Sleepwalk, and I'm gonna try it on a brush just because I'm curious. I'm gonna use a little bit of that on like the outer half of the lid. I mean, definitely applying very, very pigmentedly. Kind of just bringing it in, but using less product. And I think for the inner half, I'm gonna go ahead and go back into Strange Love, just because that's the shade here that's calling to me the most as far as like inner lid shade goes. I like to wear like a little bit of a lighter shimmer normally, always, at least here, if not all over my lid, because I feel like it makes my eyes look more awake. All right, so I'm picking up Strange Love on my brush, but I'm also gonna spray it. All right, just gonna go ahead and pop that on the front. Ooh, it's so pretty. So going with the second layer, just popping that over top. I mean, it does look sparkly, but it just, I feel like everything looks more gray than I expected. I don't know that this is my perfect palette. Just like logically, I'm like, yes, it's pretty. And I really like the mattes in here, but there's only 3 mattes and none of the shimmers are like screaming, grabbing my heart. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at it, at the price and like how I got it, but I don't know, I'm feeling like it's not gonna replace Or Kid You Not in my heart. I feel like y'all should already know at this point, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Nabla Cupid's Aero Liner, throw that in my waterline, throw on the Makeup Geek Extension Effect Mascara, and I'll be right back. This might be kind of hard to do because of the pans, but I'm gonna try my best to take this shade Total Immortelle and, oh, why do I keep saying that? It's Total Immortal. I keep saying Immortelle. Okay, I'm gonna blame that on, I'm pretty sure that Melt also has a shade called Immortelle in the Vita palette, but anyways, I'm gonna use that shade as blush today. So like I said, being very careful. I just thought, I mean, it's definitely like a gray mauve, but I thought it could be a fun moment. Okay, it's a little bit gray for me, but I'm just gonna blend it out. as best as I can. Then, just for the heck of it, I'm also gonna go into the shade Skeleton Kiss. I'm gonna use just a little tiny bit and like tap off the excess and everything, but I thought I could use it as my highlight today. It looks kind of cute. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but in person it just has like the slightest little like pink iridescence, and because it has like kind of a yellowy background, it's like matching my skin, and it just looks like a very, very subtle highlight. For lips, I'm going to use the BK Beauty lipstick in the shade Inner Beauty, which is kind of like a soft pinky mauve. So I just thought I would try it with this look. Yeah, it's pulling very pink in comparison. I'm just going to go in with a little tiny bit. I have to say I'm slightly less in love than I thought I was going to be with this palette. I feel like I've seen it on other people, and I don't know if it's just because I'm so fair that it's just pulling more of a gray, like dusty purple, versus like in the palette I feel like it looks so much more like berry burgundy vibes. So I don't dislike it per se, it's just different than what I thought it was going to turn out to be. In fact, I think this would be maybe really cute with the Millennial Pink palette to get it to pull more pink. But yeah, I just feel like using it and applying it, it doesn't feel like my perfect berry palette, but I'm gonna play with it more. I'm gonna use it with other things. I think it might be a really nice companion palette, but it's on its own, it's definitely different than what I imagined. Although I feel like these tones are definitely really nice for green eyes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know if you've tried this palette, what you think of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.